Most people assume that established trees and shrubs can handle a drought condition. Often this is true, but the severe weather extremes that we've had in recent years have depleted reserves and stressed many plants. This is Rhonda Ferree with the University of Illinois Extension. Please don't ignore your older trees and shrubs. Mature woody landscape plants often do not exhibit symptoms from underwatering for several months, or in some cases it takes 3 to 5 years to see the impacts of a major environmental event. These pines died following 2 years of flooding. Younger plants show symptoms much sooner, so when deciding which trees and shrubs to water, focus on young trees or shrubs that were planted within the last 2 years. Since most people cannot feasibly water all plants on their property, you might need to choose between the older plants that you want to water. Here's what can happen if you don't water during dry periods. This young ginkgo tree's leaves are browning along their edges. We call this leaf scorch. Other drought symptoms include severe leaf wilt, like you see on this lilac, yellow leaves, and early fall coloring. Most plants need about 1 inch of water every week to be healthy, though plants growing in sandy soil or experiencing a heat wave might need up to 3 inches of water. Before watering, think about how a tree or shrub grows. Most of their functioning roots are in the upper foot of soil and extend beyond the plant's drip line. Therefore, water those plants at the drip line to be most effective, not at the trunk. The drip line is the farthest point from the trunk where the leaves grow. Mulching plants out to the drip line will help conserve water and help keep the roots cooler. Water should reach at least 12 to 15 inches deep around the plant. Always water thoroughly and all at once. A little sprinkling every evening is not enough and often a waste of water. There are many ways to water trees and shrubs. New plants can be hand watered with a watering can like you see here. Or you can use a hose end and water that way by hand, but make sure that you thoroughly soak the drip line area like you can see that I'm doing here. This may take some time with large plants. The better way is to use a watering system such as an in-ground irrigation system or hose-in sprayer. Hose-in sprinklers come in many different shapes and sizes. Here you can see an oscillating sprinkler, and here is a rabbit sprinkler. When watering overhead with sprinklers, use a container to measure how much water is reaching the intended plant. Here you see a mug set next to a newly planted Japanese maple tree. Since most trees need 1 inch of water per week, I will run the irrigation until there is 1 inch of water in the mug. My irrigation system takes almost an hour to reach that level. For most trees and shrubs, it is often better to direct water directly to the roots where it's needed most. That can be done with soaker hoses or with tree bags like you see here. Root feeders that attach to a garden hose are also a great option. In this example, I'm using the root feeder to water a new ginkgo. Fertilizer can be added to the device at appropriate times of the year, but for general watering, we simply leave the reservoir empty. Don't just water during the summer. Some trees may need supplemental water in the fall as well. This is particularly true for evergreens because they can sometimes lose water on a sunny winter day and cause their leaves to turn brown. You can find more information at our University of Illinois Extension website shown here, or you can post questions and see other gardening tips at one of my IL River Hort social media sites serving Fulton, Mason, Peoria, and Tazewell counties.